Just as my journey started 28 years ago, I hit a major speed bump, diagnosed with muscular dystrophy. My family couldn't even Google this. No one trusted this defected product to do well. Crowdfunding didn't exist either. I was this questionable startup that was seed funded only by my family. Angels in the real sense. And like most angels, they expected big returns out of me. I hope I have given them decent returns. So, in a world where most startups fail, did I have any better odds? That I don't know. But surely I wished to break even someday. And I think that I have. Yes, I am an inspiration. But that's an old one. We all need new content. Jokes apart, I would be lying if I claimed that I am this sorted and confident every day. Most days, I am monitoring the tickers on my life exchange, and my hot stocks are my oxygen and heart rate levels. I was just measuring that. But at least I am listed on this life exchange, a unique kind of unicorn. So you must be wondering, why am I calling myself a startup? Well, the market for my survival existed, but the competition was fierce. For normal schooling, I had to prove mental fitness, my intellectual property rights. To move around in markets on a wheelchair, I needed staff, my friends and family. So hello again, I am Maitri Shah, a data analyst and an entrepreneur running a startup called Mind Assets. At Mind Assets, we provide merit-based job opportunities to people with disabilities. We partner with organizations to make their work culture inclusive and equitable. Disability or not, I believe that every serious aspiration is an entrepreneurial one. The survival of both me and my organization over multiple brings of tragedies have helped me observe a very interesting analogy. I learned lessons without realizing that they have shaped my journey. Today, I am here to share some of my reflections with all of you. So let's get started with my health plan. Oh, sorry, I meant my business plan. It all starts with an idea, a spark of innovation that ignites the hustler spirit. The questions that follow: who is the target audience? What is the market size? What about the domain name, patent, technology, human resource? These questions are valid, but are they enough? In a world where most businesses feverishly make solutions, are they really addressing the world problems or merely creating products that are looking for some purpose? Well, how do you even identify real problems? The answer is simple: empathy, the unsung hero of entrepreneurship. As I navigated life, I was facing not just physical but more so emotional struggles. From the time I opened my eyes to this world, my family had to step in my shoes, envision life through my eyes to make the right calls. In return, I too had to be empathetic to accept their limitations in helping me. Over multiple visits to hospitals and rehabs, I have observed different kinds of people struggling through different sufferings. I couldn't help but feel deeply for them, and empathy became a second nature to me. This skill set me up for my most fulfilling endeavor till date, mind assets. I could relate to the social isolation faced by other patients and people with disabilities, their harsh economic realities, their psychological effects, and the basic yet most essential need to feel a sense of belonging in the society. Imagine an engineer traveling back to his hometown to meet his parents and losing a limb in a train accident. A young lady with cerebral palsy is not paid for her work because her employer has brainwashed her that even getting her to work is a favor to her. Or imagine a single mother who is paralyzed below waist after a crucial bike accident. Empathy was the linchpin that helped me understand their challenges. Now let's travel back in time to our first sports day when all our friends are brimming with excitement, and here you are in a kind of astitva sankat, existential crisis, because, well, you are on a wheelchair. That was me sitting in the corner thinking, what am I supposed to do today? Why am I even invited here? To be a cheerleader? To be a water girl to my friends? I was feeling like a loser even without participating. To console my aching heart, I just told myself, they are not athletes competing for a championship. They are just running around to deliver pizza in 30 minutes. Looking at my FOMO face, a teacher walked up to me with a simple suggestion. Why don't you participate, Maitri? I wondered, why was she being so rude? Doesn't she get it that I can't? To which she clarified, we also have a chess tournament. This moment was an epiphany. I had finally found my level playing field. Not just did I participate, I also won my version of the Queen's Gambit. This experience was a case study for all my future endeavors. I ventured into providing jobs to people with disabilities, which are the largest minority in the world. But even then, I realized that my venture cannot chase higher valuation, but it can definitely chase higher value. If you guys are thinking that I have made a lot of money doing this, spoiler alert, मैं गरीब हूँ. No, I have made enough. But if the only metric of success is the amount of wealth one has accumulated, then I may never be a rich entrepreneur. But I shall definitely be a satisfied one. This satisfaction brings from the fact of the ripple effect that each job placement generates. Even when one person with a disability becomes financially independent, his self-confidence and self-esteem rises. His family comes out of poverty and is uplifted for generations. And as a ripple effect, for at least 200 people in his surrounding, the very narrative of disability changes. Acceptance gave me the mind space to look for different choices and find my blue ocean. Since then, the goals that I chase are chosen by me. And let me tell you a secret. When you chase goals that are chosen by you, more often than not, the goals that you chase take you to a journey far more rewarding than the goals themselves, just like it did for me. Moving on, this is me, some 6-year-old, walking towards Shah Rukh Khan. Soon, people around me realized that to be an iron woman, I would have to be an Egyptian mummy every few months for a span of 14 years. For my normal growth in right proportions, I needed support in the form of calipers. The process to make these calipers was one of the most traumatic experiences a child could have for a length of 14 years. The process involved wrapping soaked plaster around my body. This plaster would dry and heat to form a mold, which was then cut by scissors or sometimes even a saw. This was the most dreadful experience I had to go through every few months. Tears would roll down my eye. I am still getting shivers, but I had no choice. In hindsight, this was critical. This was an investment that compounded into my better health. This act of being a mummy developed my tolerance. Just like I was a patient in this casting process, we have had to be patient with our clients. Many of them are genuinely interested to hire candidates from us, but they are not prepared yet. Some of them lack infrastructure. Some of them don't have enough time for trainings. And the most common problem of all is the lack of sensitization amongst their employees. Every business which is trying to do something new takes patience for all the stakeholders to sink. We also took our sweet time, but now the mold is made and it's paying off. But not all plans work. Physio, ortho, neuro, gastro, cardio, uro, radio, you name it, and I follow everyone's plans. I keep in touch with them a lot. In fact, they are my paid friends. But you know what? When I make plans, God laughs. Not COVID, something as common as a common cold put me on a ventilator twice. As Irfan said, death और shit, ये दो चीज़ें किसी को भी कभी भी कहीं भी आ सकती है. Throughout the course of my lessons, it has come to a point of shutdown a number of times. I've had to face financial strains, a long periods of no results, and my own health incapacitating me to keep working. My co-founder left, and my friends and family declared it completely impractical to keep going. They meant well for both me and my organization, but they said what they had to. So what do you do when your organization is on a ventilator and people want to give up? Throughout the course, a founder has to shoulder the responsibility of his venture all alone, even when there are people to share the journey with him. In fragile moments, when shit happens, it is the self that has to literally come into play. And nobody can help you as much as they wish to. Being surrounded by the best doctors around, I still had to fight for my breath all alone. I survived the common cold and came out of the ventilator and so did my organization. But I learned the hard way. Just like life, your business is your DIY project. Moving on to some romance. Few years back, a ball of calcium took a liking to my kidney. I pleaded it to leave me, but it had quite a crush on me. Finally, I had to invite a surgeon for a breakup party. But surgeon came with a bad news. I couldn't be administered anesthesia because that had once put me on a ventilator. In a world where even Pathan and Tiger need painkillers, how was a delicate darling like me supposed to bear the pain for 45 minutes at a stretch. Were they expecting me to do Darde disco? But I was given no choice. The choice was to choose between a well and a valley. Few hours before the surgery, when I was on the verge of a panic attack, someone very, very dear, someone I loved to the moon and back, messaged me those three magical words that changed my life. No, it's not what you are thinking. Enjoy the film. Read a text from my 75-year Jawan grandpa. He knew what I needed to do even when I didn't, and I pulled through. In the operation theater, not moving, not shouting was fine, but I have no idea how my heart rate did not go high. Looking at my crushed crush on the monitor, maybe I could separate my mind from my body and see it as if it was happening to someone else. Because, well, I was just watching a film. और बड़े बड़े देशों में ऐसी छोटी छोटी सर्जरीज होती रहती है. If I could stay calm and conscious in such physical agony, business is still an external entity. It is not even attached to your kidney. Having the idea that your business is just one screen on the life which is a multiplex kept me going. Detachment from your crisis is a very conscious skill that I am trying to cultivate, and it is helping me. But you must be wondering, how is it even possible to succeed without having crazy passion for the outcomes of what you do? Yes, you are right. But I think that leads to an unhealthy attachment. In a world where business is taught by violent words like crush the competition, grab the market share, dominate the industry, entrepreneurship sounds like a war. And the biggest tragedy, if you ask me, compassion sounds like charity. It is my humble attempt to change this narrative with my work. Today, the engineer who lost his leg has pursued his further studies and is gainfully employed, making his family proud. The girl with cerebral palsy has got a job based on her merit and is brimming with self-confidence. The single mother who was paralyzed has got a work from home and able to fund for her kids' education. Through my challenges and my learning of empathy, acceptance, tolerance, standing alone when needed, and being detached when needed has been my guiding compass to make a difference, a genuine impact in their lives. So today I want to ask you, what are the challenges that you are facing? What is bringing you down? You have two choices, either to cry and sulk or accept and work. Maybe the adversities that have come your way are put on your platter by design. They are the catalyst for you to discover your inner strengths, for you to prepare for your metamorphosis. The effort to break free might give you new wings. May your challenges manifest your superpowers the way they did mine. All the best. Thank you.